Good evening and welcome to Upper St. Clair Panther Stadium, where tonight your Panthers take on the Panthers of Sewickley Academy in a first-round WPIAL 3A playoff match. I'm Tom Dietrich, your announcer for the evening. We don't really know what to expect out of Sewickley Academy tonight. After a disastrous season last year where they won only 2 games, they revamped their coaching staff and this year make the playoffs with a 6-8 record, albeit playing in an arguably weak section. Upper St. Clair comes into the playoffs with a 9-5 record, but struggled down the stretch with a tough second-half schedule that included closely contested games against top seeds Lebo and Fox Chapel. These teams have no common opponents this year to get a feel for how this game may go. Upper St. Clair was supposed to play Pine Richland as their last game of the season in what was expected to be a tight game between 2 of the 3A WPIAL powers. But that game was canceled due to a scheduling issue as it was scheduled after the last day allowed for WPIAL play. Sewickley Academy played Pine Richland twice and lost 15-7 and 15-5. That and the difference in records makes me lean toward Upper St. Clair victory tonight, but the Panthers need to avoid the trap of looking forward to a rematch against Fox Chapel on Wednesday and just get the job done tonight. Now let's go down to the field for our starting lineups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Upper St. Clair High School's Panther Stadium. The first round AAA Girls Lacrosse playoff match this evening features the Panthers of Sewickley Academy High School and the Panthers of Upper St. Clair. Now announcing the starting lineup for Sewickley Academy High School. At attack, a sophomore, number 8, Katie Hughes. At attack, a senior, number 10, Morgan Recker. At attack, a senior, number 5, Natalie Way. At attack, a senior, number 9, Haley Fox. At midfield, a junior, number 4, Lydia Elshie. At midfield, a senior, number 22, Grace Guerin. At midfield, a sophomore, number 21, Sydney Larson. At defense, a senior, number 11, Mary Jones. At defense, a junior, number 3, Lucinda Gillespie. At defense, a sophomore, number 7, Katie Jones. At defense, a senior, number 14, Emily Ward. And in goal, a freshman, number 17, Jill Paulin. And now, the starting lineup for your Panthers of Upper St. Clair High School. In goal, a senior, Lauren Picnic. At midfield, a senior, number 4, Shelby Zarin. At defender, a sophomore, number 6, Becca Spear. At attack, a senior, number 12, Erin Lee. At midfield, a freshman, number 13, Lauren Hart. At midfield, a sophomore, number 14, Lindsay Newton. At attack, a senior, number 15, Liv Martin. At defender, a sophomore, number 19, Caroline Hendricks. At defender, a junior, number 20, Aaliyah Steffen. At attack, a junior, number 30, Emily McGonnell. At attack, a junior, number 33, Emily Fagelson. And at defender, a senior, number 38, Abby Duhan. The Upper St. Clair Panthers are coached by Brianne Laffey, who is assisted by Greg Broussard. Will everyone...
Okay, so the girls are starting to take the field for the game tonight. Nice temperatures, clear skies, a little bit warm, no breeze. Hopefully the girls stay hydrated pretty well. Looking forward to a good game. Can guarantee one thing, that the Panthers will win this game.
You can always cut that out, right?
I could. I probably won't.
You're good.
Got a decent crowd tonight. This being a playoff game, would have expected a few extra people to come here. Sewickley just probably about 15 miles up the road, straight up I-79, so they travel down here pretty easy. So, Lindsay Newton on the draw for Upper St. Clair, and Sydney Larson for Sewickley. Refs are getting everybody set. Goalies are ready.
Senior late lineup for Sewickley.
Ball is up, and then we have started. Lindsay Newton wins the draw clean. Goes straight downfield. Makes a dodge, goes in. Oh, loses the ball. Picked up by Sewickley. Foul on St. Clair. Looks like Emily McGonnell there on the foul. Restart. Sewickley moves the ball upfield. Crosses midfield. Coming toward the near sideline a little bit. Pass back toward the middle. It's number 22 for Sewickley with the ball. She passes around on the perimeter. Looking for something inside. Pass comes back around to the middle. Far side. No seam. St. Clair defense cuts her off well. Lauren Hart on the defense there. Good job sticking with her. And that'll be a foul on St. Clair. Free position shot for Sewickley. Can we see the number there? It's 22. Believe that. No, there is no 22. Yes, there is. Okay. Easy bounce shot. Lauren Picnic picks it up. Outlets out to, I believe that's is that Becca Spear? No. Ball comes up the far sideline. It's loose. Race for it. Sewickley picks it up. Move back up in the middle. The ball's down. Lauren Hart fights for it. They're going to call her for an empty stick check. Pass in the middle to number 9 for Sewickley. She drops it, then picks it back up. Caroline Hendricks in front of her. Oh, she is fouled by Lindsay Newton, pushed from behind. Not a good foul by Lindsay. Caroline Hendricks had the position on defense. Lindsay did not need to foul there. Okay, number 9, Haley Fox with the ball for Sewickley. Pass into the middle. Oh, she was wide open for a shot and decided to pull it back out. Stutter step, move into the middle, shoot high, ball's out of bounds. That'll probably be Sewickley ball. Yes, it will. Ball's behind the net. Abby Doohan on defense. Doesn't let her on the crease roll. She passes back around. Oh, there was a nice cut in the middle. She tried to quick stick it in, just couldn't connect on the pass. Number 22 guarded by Aaliyah Steffen and Lauren Hart. They just push her off. Ball's now moved around toward the near side. Number 4 for Sewickley has that. A little spin move. Defense holds her. Finds a cutter in the middle. Shoot and score. That is number 5. That is Natalie Way for Sewickley with the goal.
Okay. Sewickley Panther goal scored by Natalie Way.
Yeah. So at 21:28 left in the first half, Sewickley 1, Upper St. Clair 0. Sewickley's got some good ball movement there.
10's in the game.
Hey, Liv Gerlach, I believe that is, on the draw for St. Clair. Can't see who has it for Sewickley. Ball is up. Liv Gerlach wins that clean. Liv Gerlach comes down. Moves around on the outside. Finds Liv Martin down behind. Erin Lee rolls in front. Liv Martin follows her. Has a shot. Scores. Liv Martin.
Upper St. Clair goal scored by Liv Martin.
Okay, so just like that, 21:07 left. Upper St. Clair 1, Sewickley 1. That was some good quick ball movement. The double cut by Aaron Lee and Liv Martin coming around cleared out the defense just enough for Liv to get a good shot on that. Okay, we're set for the draw. Liv Gerlach again, and Grace Guerin for Sewickley. Oh, and Liv Gerlach manages to snag that out of the air. Foul on Sewickley. Grace Guerin will go 4 meters behind. Liv Gerlach has Tommy Lackner in the middle. Defender's kind of blocking it. There she gets the pass through. Tommy Lackner goes in. I swear that is the last time I will call her Tommy Martin this year. Shoot and score. Is that Emily McConnell?
Yes.
Yep, Emily McConnell with the goal.
Upper St. Clair Panther goal scored by Emily McDonald.
22:42 left in the first. Upper St. Clair 2, Sewickley Academy 1. St. Clair's really looking good on their fast break offense here.
I can't get it to come up. I keep trying. I don't know what's wrong with my phone here.
Liv Gerlach again on the draw. St. Clair's won all 3 draws so far. Ball is up. That goes a little longhand. Thompson can't quite reel it in. Sewickley Academy comes down with it. Ball's moved in. Number 4. Now she passes back out high. Grace Guerin with it. She looks to be the tallest player out there for Sewickley. And she gets a step on Liv Gerlach, comes in, defense slides over well, cuts her off. Now there's a cutter in the middle. Shoot and score. And that is number 5, I believe.
Is it Natalie again?
Natalie Way, yep.
Sewickley Academy goal, her second of the evening by Natalie Way.
That makes the score Upper St. Clair 2. Sewickley 2, 20:09 left in the first.
Gary. Oh, why won't come up?
Okay. So we've got Lindsay Newton back in the draw control circle. Grace Guerin again out there. Ref sets the ball. It's up, and that is won by, well, it's Upper St. Clair. Oh, and dropped. That was, that was Bella Benoit with the ball. She dropped it. Shoot. Easy save by Lauren Picnic. Outlets to Lauren Hart. Lauren moves upfield. She's going to get a step. No, not yet. There she goes. She dodges back to the middle. Lauren comes in. She's going to get a shooting space call. So she'll get the free position shot. Lauren goes in. Bounce shot. Goalie makes the save. Went down to 1 needed for that. Lauren picks up her own rebound. Pass over to the far side. Emily McConnell has it. Now back behind goal, Liv Martin. Liv looks for a cutter. Nobody coming in. Pass over to Aaron Lee. Now Emily McConnell came in. She was covered. Aaron looks for another cutter. Nothing there. She's moved back behind goal. Over to Liv Martin. Liv and Aaron pass back and forth behind the goal. Aaron comes out with it. Finds Lindsay Newton. Lindsay spins back. Still nothing there. Back behind goal to Liv Martin again. Liv comes out. She has the ball checked out of her stick. Ball's down. Sewickley comes up with it. Sewickley coming up the far sideline. Pass connects, and there's a foul on Caroline Hendricks. Sewickley moves the ball upfield. In the middle, no defender there. Now Abby Duhan slides over. Shot goes high, out of bounds. That'll go to Sewickley. Defended by Aaliyah Steffen, now moved out to the outside. Little flip back to Grace Guerin up high. Sewickley clears the 8-meter fan. Looks like they might be going for an isolation play here. Now they roll behind goal. Yeah, they're going to look for a crease roll. There it comes. Well defended by Lauren Hart. Shot is saved by Lauren Picnic. Lauren moves out with it.
0-0. Okay.
Lauren looks near sideline and overthrows Shelby Zarin. That'll be Sewickley ball. That's number 10 coming in for Sewickley with it. She looks toward the middle. No cutters coming in yet. She goes behind the crease. Finds a cutter in the middle. Open. Lauren makes the save. Good save by Lauren. Now she's got Abby Duhan in the middle. Abby moves upfield with it. Ball is down. Picked up by Sewickley. Now move back upfield. St. Clair picks up the loose ball. That's Becca Spear moving up the far sideline. Finds Emily McConnell. Emily moves in with it, stops up top, looks for a cutter. Ball's a little high, picked up by Sewickley. Sewickley double teamed. Ball comes down, picked up by Erin Lee. St. Clair has possession. Erin moves behind goal. Looking for a crease roll or a cutter. Out to Emily Fagelson. Pass goes high. Liv Gerlach can't bring that in. And they're going to call a foul on Sewickley on that. Caroline Hendricks passes over. Shelby Zarin has the ball. Move back to the middle. Now to Liv Gerlach. Liv Gerlach looking around, makes a cut, pulls it back out, over to Julie McKelvey. Julie makes another spin move. Defense holds their position. Julie has to pull back out. Emily McConnell gets a step. Passes down behind goal to Liv Martin. Back out to Erin Lee. Erin finds Shelby Zarin in there. Shelby gets a shot off. Goalie makes the save. Ball finds its way back out to Shelby Zarin. Shelby gets a little bit of a crease there. Shoots, goes wide. Shelby was a little out of control there. Looked like more like she was looking for the foul than the shot. Erin Lee has it now. Sewickley defense steps up on her. Just to back off and pass it out to Liv Martin. Now out to Liv Gerlach. Liv gets a little stick in the body, no call. Passes behind goal. Erin Lee with it. Again, Sewickley defense. Oh, there we go. Erin Lee shoots and scores.
Erin Lee?
Yep.
Upper St. Clair goal scored by Erin Lee.
Okay. So with Aaron Lee's goal, it makes it Upper St. Clair 3, Sewickley 2. The Sewickley defender took a chance on that one, went for the check. Didn't get it, and Aaron had a free crease roll right out in front and didn't miss the shot. Hey, Sewickley took a few seconds there to talk it over on defense. Now Grace Guerin makes it back to the draw control circle. That's Lindsay Newton out there for Upper St. Clair. Ball is up. Down on the ground. Tommy Lackner comes up with it. Tommy finds Lindsay Newton. Lindsay's looking for someone open. Pass goes wide. Emily Fagelson's going to chase it down. She comes up with it. Pass out to Hannah Thompson. Sewickley really looking to start the pressure on defense here. Hannah Thompson goes into the 8 meters. She's fouled. She'll have a free position shot. No, actually, they're not going to call the free position. They're saying she was fouled out closer to the 12. So Sewickley does not have to vacate the 8-meter position, but they do have to give her a lane. And Hannah shoots, and the ball goes wide. Upper St. Clair will retain possession. Liv Martin with the ball now. Liv gets a little step, shoots off the crossbar. Fight for the ball back behind goal. And they're going to call foul on Liv Martin. So Sewickley will have possession. Pass back to the goalie. And that's going to be a timeout. Didn't see who called the timeout, though. Well, since Sewickley had possession, it had to have been Sewickley that had the timeout.
Makes sense.
Okay. So with that timeout, 11:42 left. Upper St. Clair 3, Sewickley 2. Okay, so St. Clair breaks their huddle. And Sewickley Academy about to do the same. The game started off with Sewickley really having the better possession. St. Clair scored twice on some really quick possessions. Sewickley's held the ball a little bit better. St. Clair having a little bit of trouble with ball control. We've seen this throughout the year. Making sometimes some ill-advised passes, although not tonight. We've just seen maybe a few passes that are a little bit wide, a few passes that are dropped. Sewickley has the ball. Goalie has it, leaves it in the crease. Sewickley player to number 21 goes in, picks it up, comes out. Pass upfield, number 22, Grace Guerin with it. She's got a step, defense has to slide over. There we go, they're going to call shooting space. They're going to call that on Abby or Aaliyah. Looks like they're calling it on Aaliyah Steffen. Okay, not a free position shot. She's lined up on the 12-meter. She just holds the ball, passes back out. Sewickley looking to set up their plays. Long cross-field pass over to number 5, Natalie Way. Now ball's moved back behind goal. Long pass back out to the middle. That goes too long. Picked up by Emily McDonald. And Emily streaks downfield with it. A little bit of a spin move. Sewickley defense manages to get back. A pass out to Lindsay Newton. She can't corral it in. Picks it up off the ground. Lindsay gets a step, shoots, and scores.
Upper St. Clair goal scored by Lindsay Newton.
That's Lindsay Newton's first goal of the night. That makes the score Upper St. Clair 4, Sewickley 2, 10-12 left in the first. One thing with Sewickley is they do not have a lot of subs. They only have 3 subs on the sideline, one of those being their backup goalie. So I would expect Sewickley, as the game moves on, to really go into a slow-paced set offense. That's going to play right into St. Clair's hands. St. Clair has lots of subs, a lot of athleticism, the ability, as we've seen, to streak down the field quickly and score. That draw did not go high enough, so they'll reset it. Hey, ball is up, and that is won by Sewickley. That's number 21, Sydney Larson, that won it. She is fouled. Shoot, easy save by Lauren Picnic. No traffic in front of her, and a fairly high shot. The ball, Lauren clears it out to Shelby Zarin, who then moves it up to, it looks like Bella Benoit streaking upfield. She's got a head of steam. She goes in, and they better not call her for the charge. Nope. They're going to call shooting space. Sewickley coach is very vocal on the sidelines. Bella Benoit goes in, no shot, so she pulls it back out. Emily Fagelson then moves it around behind to Erin Lee. Erin looks for a cutter. Now back behind to Liv Martin. Liv rolls around, nothing there, passes back over to Erin. Shelby Zarin came in on a cut, then moved to the outside. Erin finds her with the pass. Shelby looks, she's got a step, and she has the ball checked out. I'm going to call a foul. That check came in toward the head. Again, outside the 8 meter, so no free position shot, but she does have a lane. And she'll probably go in and try to take this shot. She's probably going to go low near side, if I had to say. Nope. She rolls back toward the middle, now pulls it back out. Finds Lauren Hart. Lauren gets a step, comes in, switches left hand. Nothing there, she pulls it back out. Lauren has the ball again, comes in, shoots high, goalie makes the save. And Emily McGonnell picks up the rebound. Move back behind to Liv Martin, now back to Erin Lee. Ball's moved back out to the outside. Shelby Zarin has it. She gets a step, and she is fouled. That stick came up, hit her in the head. That'll be a free position shot. Not a great angle. Shelby will probably roll toward the middle on this one. Oh! Thought that shot got away from her, but it was actually a pass behind to Emily McGonnell. Emily passes off to Erin Lee. The rolls out front. Erin Lee finds Lauren Hart. Lauren takes a shot, and they're going to call a dangerous shot on Lauren Hart. She did leave her feet and follow through with the stick. Okay, so St. Clair will be down a girl for 2 minutes. Sewickley will have possession of the ball. Refs get everybody set. Okay. Heard that called several times recently by the refs, actually saying that if the girls leave their feet, they're going to call a dangerous shot. Don't necessarily agree with that. You can leave your feet and not have a dangerous shot, but I guess with some traffic in there and the follow-through. So Sewickley has the ball behind goal. There's going to be a player open for Sewickley, being up a player. St. Clair defense will have to slide. Oh, there we go. That is a shot and a score. Number 20, I think.
Can't see number 20. 21, 22. That's it.
Okay. Couldn't quite see the number. I will apologize on that. We couldn't catch the number of the Sewickley player who scored the goal, and I've lost sight of her now. I think it might be this one that's coming down on the draw control circle. No, it's not her. That was number 4. Okay, so we'll just award a random goal to a blank player for Sewickley. That makes the score Upper St. Clair 4, Sewickley 3, 6:22 left in the first. Lindsay Newton on the draw. Ball's down. Fight for it. Sewickley comes up with it. St. Clair called for a foul. Sewickley awarded the ball. Ball's moved up the middle. It's number 21 with it. She comes in with some speed. Pass off to Grace Guerin, who can't pick up the ball. Lindsay Newton comes up. Lindsay's got some open field in front of her. Moves into the middle. She's cut off. Passes off to Liv Martin. Liv moves around to Emily McGonnell. Now out to Tommy Lackner. Tommy gets the ball back. Sewickley should be double teaming the ball here. They're still up a player. St. Clair will just try to weather this, get back to even, and then go into their normal offense. And here comes Hannah Thompson back in. So we are now even.
Here's what happened.
Okay, they're going to call a foul. They're going to call a cover on Hannah Thompson on that loose ball. Sewickley has it. Hannah comes up with a nice check, knocks the ball loose. And they're calling, okay. And then a foul called against Sewickley. Looked like a cover. So Hannah will be given the ball. Hannah Thompson spins into the middle. She's being double teamed. Now out to Tommy Lackner. Tommy switches hands a couple times. Finds who's that on the outside there? That's Emily McDonald. Finds Liv Martin down low. Liv over to Erin Lee. Tommy Lackner came free in the middle. Erin couldn't find her. Now found Hannah Thompson in the middle. Ball's knocked loose. Now pushed back into the goalie. And she'll look to clear. Goalie steps out of the crease. Clears on one bounce to Grace Guerin. Ball comes upfield. And they're going to call shooting space. Yep, on Caroline Hendricks there. Caroline was way too far off the ball to be standing in the 8 meter. Okay, so that's 21 with the ball. Sydney Larson. She shoots. Lauren makes a good low save. Ball is picked up. Shoots and scores. And that is number 5.
Number 5.
I think so. Yep, 5. That's Natalie Way with the goal again.
Sewickley Academy goal scored by Natalie Way.
Okay, so with 2:57 left in the first, Upper St. Clair 4, Sewickley 4. A little bit of a closer game than I was hoping for here. Natalie Way with 3 of Sewickley's 4 goals. So St. Clair will have to find a way to shut her down. And we've got Liv Gerlach in on the draw this time. Grace Guerin again. I think I remember Grace Guerin from middle school lacrosse. She's always been a tall girl. Okay. Draw is won by Sewickley. It's 21 Sydney Larson coming in with it. Defense collapses on her. She has to pull it back out. Now finds number 4. She cradles the ball right out of her stick, picks it back up. The ball's now moved around to the far side, moved back in toward the middle. And it's Natalie Way with the ball. She finds Grace Guerin down low. Foul called on St. Clair. Grace Guerin will have her free position shot. Shot comes in. Grace Guerin shoots and scores.
It's Gary.
Yep.
Yes, sir. There it is. Sewickley Academy goal scored by Grace Guerin.
Sewickley takes their first lead of the game. 5 to Upper St. Clair 4. 1:57 left in the first. Hey, Liv Gerlach set for the draw. Grace Guerin again for Sewickley. Ball is up. And Lauren Hart picks that ground ball up. Comes down the far sideline. And a small child runs out onto the field, so they stop play.
There we go.
Lauren spins in the middle. Passes out to Liv Gerlach. Emily McConnell has the ball now. Ball's down behind with Liv Martin. Now passes over to Erin Lee. Erin moves out looking for a cutter. Sewickley hasn't let St. Clair get cutters coming free for the most part. We've had a few good shots, but we've had to force the ball into traffic. That ball's moved back out to the outside. Emily McConnell has it. She gets a step, moves toward the middle, shoots, goes off the post. Ball is down. Goalie picks it up. Lauren Hart better watch herself. She's just about to step in the crease. She is in the crease, it looks like. Ref doesn't call anything. Ball is intercepted by Liv. Is that Liv Martin? No, that's Emily McConnell. No, that was Liv Martin. Oh, and Olivia Gerlach gets the feed and shoots and scores.
Liv Gerlach.
Yep.
Upper St. Clair goal scored by Liv Gerlach.
That's Liv's first of the game. So with 20 seconds left, Upper St. Clair 5, Sewickley 5. Sewickley goalie is just a freshman. Obviously, at this time of year, there are no freshmen. Everybody's played a full season. But she is making some. We won't say she's making some mistakes. That was an ill-advised pass, but that play before, where after the timeout, where the Sewickley coach wanted her to just leave the ball in the crease for the defender to come in, tells me that they don't have the most confidence in her clearing abilities. That's a play you see more often on the middle school level. Ball is up. And looked like Hannah Thompson comes up with that. She is fouled. Is that Hannah or is that Bella? 34 or 36?
36 is Hannah.
Yeah.
34 is Bella.
Yeah, no, but I can't see who it is. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, the way she runs,
Yeah.
it looks like Hannah.
It looks like Hannah. Hannah Thompson comes in. She is fouled. 5 seconds left. She will have a free position shot. Let's see if she can put this away. This should be Upper St. Clair's last chance for the half. Hannah shoots, goes into the goalie, deflects out of bounds. 0.4 seconds left. And that is the end of the first half. So, score is tied. Upper St. Clair 5, Sewickley 5. Okay, and as we come into the second half, score is Upper St. Clair 5, Sewickley Academy 5. We've got a good game going here. A lot tighter than we had hoped for or expected. Sewickley Academy coming in with that 6-9 record, I believe it was? 6-8 record. 6-9. Anyway, putting up a good fight here in the first half. As I noted earlier, not a lot of subs for Sewickley. So if St. Clair can keep the pressure on, should be able to wear them down. Girls are getting set on the field. Ref starts to get the ball set in the sticks. That's going to be Lindsay Newton for St. Clair and Grace Guerin again for Sewickley. Ball is up. Lindsay Newton wins that cleanly. She comes into the middle, shoots and scores.
Lindsay Newton.
Second
Upper
of the
St. Clair goal scored by Lindsay Newton, her second of the evening.
So just like that, 10 seconds into the second half, Upper St. Clair 6, Sewickley Academy 5. Lindsay Newton won that draw, just ran downfield, ran past everybody, and shot on the short side and scored. Like to see more of that. Obviously, from a team perspective, we still want to get everybody involved. But if we can win the draw, run down, and score a few goals real quick, crush the spirit of Sewickley Academy. Ball is up. And Lindsay wins it again. Comes up with it on a bounce, makes a dodge move. Now passes back behind goal. Liv Martin with the ball. Back out to Hannah Thompson on the outside. Hannah drops the ball and comes up with it. There we go. Hannah gets a step. She's going to come in. Oh, thought that she had a shot there. Apparently didn't like what she saw. Pulled it back out. She definitely had the clear lane to the goal. Now she finds Emily McDonald out front. Emily shoots and scores.
Who's that?
Emily McDonald is her second.
Upper St. Clair goal scored by Emily McDonald, her second of the evening.
Well, that makes the score Upper St. Clair 7, Sewickley 5, 24-10 left in the first. So just 50 seconds in, 2 goals by Upper St. Clair. It's the kind of pressure we wanted to see coming out of the first half. Lindsay Newton has won both these draws and picked the ball up with some speed. Grace Guerin changes her strategy here.
Wow. That's the highest I've seen all year.
Yeah.
Ball is fought for, kicked, And Grace Guerin comes up with it.
She's gonna play Lindsay Newton.
Shoots. That is a little scoop shot. Lauren makes the save. And not sure what the call was. Probably shooting space. I say Grace Guerin. That's 21. That's Sydney Larson. That shot goes wide. Sewickley chases down a ball. Now we'll bring it back in. Like good defense by Becca Spear there, putting on a little bit of pressure. Now Sydney Larson up high with it. She goes with that low scoop shot again. That doesn't work. Good strategy to go ahead and try and change her shooting angle there to get the ball past Lauren Picnic. But she can't shoot from that far out. That just gives Lauren too much time to react. Now Grace Guerin has it. Back up top to Sydney Larson. A little bit of a stutter step there. Oh, and that time the bounce shot gets through. That is Sydney Larson with her first of the game.
Sydney Larson.
Yep.
Sewickley Academy goal scored by Sydney Larson.
Okay, so 22:32 left in the second. Upper St. Clair 7, Sewickley 6. The third time in a row that Sydney Larson tried that little scoop shot. That time it looked like it might have deflected off something out front, or maybe just came off Lauren's stick, bounced up over her shoulder. So that definitely went up in the top corner, and from the angle she shot that, it shouldn't have bounced up that high, so it did deflect off something. Ball is set again. And won by Sydney Larson. So Sydney Larson's taking the draws this half. Finds a cutter down low. Lauren Picnic manages to pick up the loose ball. Comes out. Long clearing pass. Hits Tommy Lackner. Tommy is triple teamed, quadruple teamed. Ball's checked out. Foul is called. Long pass upfield. Now brought back to the middle. Lindsay Newton with the ball. Ball's moved behind. Liv Martin with it. Looking for something in the middle. Nothing there. She rolls out high. Finds Hannah Thompson. Hannah with the stutter step. She gets that step again. Cuts across the goal. Shoots, and that rolls over the goal line for a score. Hannah Thompson with her first of the night.
Upper St. Clair goal scored by Hannah Thompson.
So 21-28 left in the second. Upper St. Clair 8, Sewickley 6. Love to see the St. Clair girls go into goal like that. Almost never a bad idea to go to goal and just put shots on the goalie. Yeah. In lacrosse, even your best goalies only have save percentages in the 50 to 60%. Ball is up. Comes down. Picked up by Sewickley. Ball's moved into the middle. Grace Guerin comes in with it. Gets a step. Now rolls behind goal. Ash comes out. Defender's a little late getting over. Now they push her back to the outside. Sydney Larson with it. She's going to try that low shot again. Lauren's ready for it. Deflects it. It goes wide. Grace Guerin with the ball up high. Finds number 5, Wee down low. She takes the shot. It's blocked. St. Clair comes up with it. Looks like Hannah Thompson coming out. Up to Emily McConnell. Ball's moved over to the far side to Emily Fagelson. Emily's getting pressured a little bit. Ball skips over to Hannah Thompson. Plenty of time for her to pick it up. Hannah looks like she's going to try to isolate again. There it is. She gets the step. Nope. Pass out. That's Tommy Lackner with it. She feeds off to Lindsay Newton. Lindsay spins back to her left. And Lindsay will have the free position shot here. Or will she? Ref is sure going to a lot of explanation on this for a simple check in the 8-meter. So there we go. Lindsay Newton sets up for a free position shot now. Quick whistle. Shot goes high. St. Clair retains possession. Erin Lee's going to bring that in. Hey, Erin comes around with it. Nothing there. Now looks for a cutter. Passing lane closes down. She moves back behind goal. Liv Martin with it now. Out to Erin Lee. Erin's closely guarded. No passing lane. St. Clair calls out their play. Erin rolls in. Finds Lindsay Newton. Ball's down. And what is the call? Some sort of call on, interesting. Some sort of call on Sewickley, and they didn't put a player behind, and they moved the ball outside the 12. So not sure what that was all about. Erin Lee moves behind goal again. Liv Martin with the ball. Liv Martin rolls around. Had a little bit of speed coming out, but the defense stood their ground. Erin Lee with it. I think if Erin had rolled in front of the crease there, she might have had an open shot. She pulls back behind the goal line, now moves back out. Pass out to Lindsay Newton up high. Ball's down. Picked up by Lindsay Newton. That pass between Lindsay and Hannah did not connect up. St. Clair lucky to retain possession on that little fumble. Ball is down again. And now Sewickley comes up with it. Foul against St. Clair. Grace Guerin with the ball. She'll move it up the middle. With long legs, she's able to outrun the St. Clair defense. She finds that's unfortunate on St. Clair. That's a goal by Grace Guerin.
Grace Guerin.
Yep.
Sewickley Academy goal scored by Grace Guerin.
So that was a pass by Grace Guerin. She was looking down low. I think it was Natalie Wee she was looking for. Natalie Way. Ball was just... pass was a little low. Natalie couldn't come up with it, but the pass skipped past her and right past Lauren Picnic for the goal. So that makes the score Upper St. Clair 8, Sewickley 7, 16:34 left in the second half. Draw is set. That did not go high enough. They'll redraw that. Hey, ball is up. And that is picked up by Grace Guerin. She comes in with some speed. Finds a cutter coming in. That's Natalie Way with the shot. Lauren Picnic makes the save. Clears out to Shelby Zarin.
Where's Shelby been? I want Shelby score.
Shelby rolls into the 8-meter area. She's pushed a little bit. That should be a foul. Oh, Shelby shoots and scores.
There she is.
Upper St. Clair goal scored by Shelby Zarin.
Oh, 15:52 left in the second. Upper St. Clair 9, Sewickley 7. That was Shelby's first goal of the game. Haven't called Shelby's name much. I know she's been out there, but it looks like Sewickley's had her locked down pretty well. Shelby's bread and butter play is usually to get into the 8-meter, roll around a little bit, be fouled, and score on the free position shot. But she has not been getting that call tonight. Sewickley again going with number 21, Sydney Larson on the draw. Lindsay Newton for Upper St. Clair. Ball is up. Little push by Liv Gerlach. They're going to call her for that. Or are they? Or are they just calling with the player was down now? They're calling. Yep, called it on Liv Gerlach. Sewickley moves the ball upfield again. And Grace Guerin. She comes in. She just balls over Shelby Zarin. No call. Now Grace gets the shot off. No shot. Foul on the play before the shot. Shooting space looks like on Becca Spear.
Shooting space.
Grace Guerin with the free position shot. Refs move Becca Spear into position. Grace shoots. Did that go in? It did. Grace Guerin with her third.
Sewickley Academy goal scored by Grace Guerin, her third of the evening.
14:49 left in the second. Upper St. Clair 9, Sewickley 8. Sewickley seems to have found something on these draw controls in the second half. They took Grace Guerin off the actual draw, put her on the circle, having Sydney Larson take the draw, using Grace Guerin's height to try to win the balls as they're thrown up. Now we've got a big mismatch here. And Grace Guerin over there against Hannah Thompson. And the ball is loose, and Grace Guerin comes up with it. Oh, good play there by, is that Emily McConnell? Yep, Emily McConnell comes in, checks the ball out. Nice play by Emily there, coming up from behind, catching Grace Guerin off guard, checking the ball out of her stick. Erin Lee looks around, decides to move back toward goal. Now rolls out a little bit. No cutter. Passes the ball out high in the middle. It's Liv Gerlach. Rolling around on the outside of the 8 meters. She gets a step. Shoots. Goes wide. Upper St. Clair will have that. Erin Lee brings the ball back in. Hannah Thompson cuts in. Pass isn't there. Now goes back behind goal. Liv Martin with it. Liv's got Shelby out on the wing. Liv's looking toward the middle. Now back over to Aaron Lee. Aaron looks for a cutter. Nobody there. St. Clair cutters are not coming in with a lot of determination. Kind of jogging into the middle. Liv Gerlach now has the ball on the outside. Passes off. Pass again. Hannah Thompson has it. Now back to Liv Gerlach. Liv spins back around, moves to her left. Hannah Thompson has it. Looks for a seam, nothing there, pulls it back out. Liv Gerlach, nothing there. Finds Lindsay Newton. Lindsay comes in, shoots, and scores.
Lindsay Newton.
Her third.
Upper St. Clair goal scored by Lindsay Newton, her third of the evening.
And put it up on the board.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so that makes the score Upper St. Clair 10, Sewickley 8, 12:32 left to go. Ed almost missed putting that goal up on the board. That's it, Ed. After this game, you're fired.
Oh, no. Till next year?
Till next year. We'll hire you back next year. Okay, draw is won by Lindsay Newton. Lindsay comes in. She's got a step. Shoots and scores again. Lindsay Newton with her fourth.
Upper St. Clair goal scored by Lindsay Newton, her fourth of the evening.
Oh, just a few seconds later, Upper St. Clair 11, Sewickley 8. This is where St. Clair probably will start to pour on the steam here.
Yeah, that team's tired.
Sewickley defense just did not get back into position for that. Bunch of tired legs out there. Those girls have not subbed much. Talking with their statistician before the game, she even said that the three girls on the sideline generally don't play. Liv Gerlach with the ball. She finds Lindsay Newton in the middle. Can't connect on the pass initially. Lindsay picks it back up. Now she picks it back up. Out to Shelby Zarin. Shelby finds a little room, rolls in toward the middle, now cuts back. Triple team comes, check. Ball's down. Shelby fights for it, picks it back up. Good play by Shelby. She was 1-on-3 there and still managed to get the ball. Hey, Liv Gerlach with a little bit of a roll. Cuts back to her left. And Hannah Thompson with the ball. Yep, Hannah Thompson has it now. Hannah looking for another goal. She comes back toward the middle. Shoots. Ball goes wide. May have been deflected out front. Upper St. Clair will have possession. Hannah scored on that exact play earlier. So Emily McConnell has the ball now. Pass out to Hannah Thompson. Hannah drops the ball, comes up with it, gets the Sewickley defender out of position. Now she rolls in, and she'll get the shooting space call. She'll have that free position shot. Sewickley starting to get a little desperate here, down by 3. Going for the big defensive check. Hannah comes in. Shot's not there. She wisely pulls it back out. Now Hannah gets a step, goes into the middle again, cuts across. She's pushed. I don't know how the refs didn't call anything there. She was clear going across the middle and pushed from behind. Sewickley comes up with the ball. That is 21. The 21 or 22. Doesn't matter. She passes off the ball. Back out to the middle. That's Grace Guerin with it. She bowls her way into the middle. Pulls back out. Shelby Zarin trying to play defense on her. Shelby backs off, gives her a little space. Now Sydney Larson with the ball. Sydney will probably come into about the 8 meter and try that little scoop shot again. Stutter step. She's on the 8 meter. Spins back to her left. Now back to her right. Finds Grace in the middle. Grace Guerin. She can't do anything. She pulls back out. Now there's a call. And Grace Guerin will have a free lane here. I heard the Sewickley coach yelling, just pull it back out, so I knew she wasn't going to take a shot. And that's Natalie Way with the ball. She takes a high shot. Lauren Picnic comes up with the save. Easy clear out to Becca Spear on the near side. Becca comes up the near sideline. She gets a body on her. She is pushed. Sewickley coach is a little beside herself on that. She was right down there. I don't know how she didn't see that push. Hey, Liv Martin rolls behind goal, finds Erin Lee. 8 minutes left in the second half. St. Clair looks to run a little time off here. Passing the ball around on the way outside perimeter. That's Lauren Hart with the ball now. She moves it back to, is that Emily there? Yeah. Emily McConnell, now back to Lauren Hart. Lauren, a long crossfield pass, deflected by Sewickley. Fortunately, stays in bounds. St. Clair picks it up. Now Emily McConnell gets the ball in, shoots and scores.
Emily McConnell
For her third.
Upper St. Clair goal scored by Emily McDonald, her third of the evening.
That makes the score Upper St. Clair 12, Sewickley 8, 7:13 left in the second half. And we got a timeout called. Guessing that's by Sewickley again.
I think it's Sewickley. They don't give us.
Okay, so coming out of the timeout, Upper St. Clair 12, Sewickley 8, 7:13 left. Sewickley called a timeout there. Give their defense a break. St. Clair's pulled off, I believe, 3 straight goals here.
I think so.
Oh, looks like Liv Gerlach on the draw. I wasn't sure that went high enough, but the refs are going to allow it. So Natalie Way comes up with the draw. Passes back. And Emily McConnell picks up the loose ball. Sewickley will look to be creating some pressure here. 6:40 left in the game. They're going to be playing defense a little bit tighter. Now Liv Gerlach moves around with the ball. She gets a body put on her. A little bit of contact. Refs are going to let that go. There's another little push in the back. St. Clair just keeping the ball on the perimeter. Liv Gerlach slips the defender, has a clear lane in. Does not take the shot. I know coach has told them at this point to hold the ball, run some time off. I still would have taken the shot there.
Maybe it wasn't St. Clair timeout.
Okay, Tommy Lackner has the ball. It's checked out of her stick. She picks it back up. Yep. Check up on the arm. Tommy will have a free run into goal here if she wants it. Defense collapses in, cuts her off. Emily McDonald now has it. Pressure comes. They're chasing Emily around. Emily's fouled. If Emily makes a run toward goal here, the defense will have to slide toward her. She doesn't. It would have been an easy play. Liv Martin has the ball, goes behind goal. Liv Martin comes in, shoots high, and scores. Hits top corner on that one. Liv Martin, and that is her second.
Upper St. Clair goal scored by Liv Martin, her second of the evening.
All right, that makes the score Upper St. Clair 13, Sewickley 8, 4:34 left in the game. St. Clair is starting to pour it on here. Sewickley just doesn't seem to have the legs to keep up with them. Sewickley got into a pure chase mode now. Chasing the ball, making wild checks, trying to cause some sort of turnover to get back into this. Yeah, Lindsay Newton on the draw again. Pulls the ball back. Picked up by Sewickley. Run in toward goal. Shoots and scores. I believe that was 21, Sydney Larson.
Sewickley Academy goal scored by Sydney Larson.
Hey. So Sewickley kind of breaks the scoring there by Upper St. Clair. Pulls back to within 4. Upper St. Clair 13. Sewickley 9. 4:28 left. Maybe a little too late here. Ball is up. Lindsay Newton comes up with that one. Nice play on the ground ball. Lindsay comes in, shoots, hits the goalie right in the midsection. Goalie is still stumbling around. Maybe a little bit ill-advised on Lindsay's part. She had the opening. Needs to make a better shot on that. Just hit goalie center of mass there. St. Clair defense comes up with a loose ball. Pushed around. No possession yet. Now Sewickley comes away with it. A little bit of wild swinging there by Liv Martin. She needs to control her stick a little better. Long pass. Ball's down. Now picked up. St. Clair's going to pressure here on the defense. Number 4 with it for Sewickley. She pulls back out. Finds Grace Guerin coming into the middle. Foul before the shot. Grace Guerin will have the free position shot. She's looking for her 4th of the night here. Lauren Picnic sets up. Yeah, ball doesn't, shot doesn't really get off. It trickles into the crease. Lauren picks it up. Now she clears out long. Finds Liv Gerlach. Liv moves it over to Shelby Zarin on the near sideline. Shelby runs up the near sideline. Gets an opening as the 2 defenders have to back off so they don't go off sides. St. Clair will look to move the ball around here. Not necessarily take a shot. Pressure coming by Sewickley. Finds Aaron Lee in the middle. Aaron had a clear shot, decided not to take it. Sewickley's really looking to apply the pressure here. St. Clair runs around. Now the loose ball, and Sewickley gets what they wanted. Gets possession of the ball. Now it rolls out of bounds. It'll still be Sewickley ball. No, actually, nope. They're giving it back to St. Clair. Shelby Zarin has the ball. Is that Shelby? Yeah. We'll say it's Shelby. I can't see the number clear across the field. Double team on Lindsay Newton. She's fouled. 1:42 left in the game. St. Clair with a 4-goal lead. Lindsay Newton passes over to Hannah Thompson. Can't connect. Hannah chases it down. Tries to keep it in bounds. She does. Now Sewickley managed to come up with that loose ball. Throws it away up the near sideline. Lindsay Newton comes over, scoops it up. Almost stepped out of bounds, but didn't. And Shelby Zarin, she could have had a shot there, decided not to take it. Liv Gerlach with the ball now. She was fouled. Sewickley just running around, trying to get something to happen. "47 seconds left. Shelby Zarin with the ball. Shelby comes into the 8-meter, finds Hannah Thompson. Hannah shoots and scores.
Who's that?
Hannah Thompson, her second.
Upper St. Clair goal scored by Hannah Thompson, her second in the evening.
Start off the 13 anyhow.
Oh. With 34 seconds left in the game, Upper St. Clair 14, Sewickley 9. So St. Clair will be moving on. Not saying a 5-goal deficit is impossible in 35 seconds, but if it happens, I would be shocked.
I think it's safe to say it's over.
So Upper St. Clair will be moving on to play Fox Chapel Wednesday night at Fox Chapel.
We're competitive with them.
Okay. Lindsay Newton wins the draw. 30 seconds left. Lindsay comes in. She'll look to... No? Okay, Lindsay does not shoot. She'll just look to hold on to the ball here. Now Lindsay comes out, shoots, and scores.
How many?
5.
Upper St. Clair goal scored by Lindsay Newton, her fifth of the evening.
16 seconds left. Upper St. Clair 15. Sewickley 9. This is our last Upper St. Clair broadcast of the season. We would not have any more home games. So we're in Whitfield playoffs now. Fox Chapel next week, and then or this Wednesday, and then it would be on to Robert Morris for the semifinals and the finals if we make it that far. So it's been a pleasure broadcasting games this year. So for those 8 or 9 people that actually watch on TV, I appreciate it. Thank you to my partners up here in the booth, Carrie Lackner and Ed Callahan. It has been a pleasure working with you two this season. Couldn't do it without both of you. Shelby Zarin has the ball. She rolls around. And that is the end of the game. Upper St. Clair 15, Sewickley 9. St. Clair advances in Whitfield playoffs. They will face Fox Chapel Wednesday night at 7:30 in Fox Chapel. Thank you for watching. This is Tom Dietrich. And for Carrie Lackner and Ed Callahan, we thank you for watching. Good night, and we will see you next season.